Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to explore the origin and development of Christianity by looking at history, geography, and culture. As we go through this lesson, we'll focus on who, where, and how. Who was involved, where events took place, and how Christianity grew over time. Now, you have to remember that this goal is not to focus on belief, but to understand Christianity as a historical and cultural development that has shaped many parts of the world. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Miss Bree. I'm an educator, a farmer, an illustrator, a singer, and, of course, a proud grammar nerd. Welcome to the Farm School. So, what is Christianity? Well, Christianity is one of the largest world religions today, with followers called Christians living in many different countries and cultures. It began in the 1st century Common Era and is based on the teachings of a historical figure named Jesus of Nazareth. Over time, Christianity developed into many different traditions and denominations. While these groups may differ in practices or interpretations, they all connect back to the early teachings of Jesus. Understanding this diversity is important because Christianity is not practiced in just one single way. Christianity began in a region called Judea, which was part of the Roman Empire during the 1st century CE. This area, located in the eastern Mediterranean, was a crossroads of trade, culture, and religion. It was also deeply connected to Jewish history and traditions, which influenced the early development of Christianity. Cities like Jerusalem, Nazareth, and Bethlehem were very important locations where key events took place. Understanding this setting helps us see that Christianity began within an already complex and interconnected world. Now, who was Jesus? Jesus of Nazareth lived during the early 1st century CE. From a historical perspective, he is known as a teacher who traveled, spoke to groups of people, and shared ideas about how he thought people should live. In Christianity, he is considered the central figure and is believed to be the Son of God. Now, his teachings in history and in religion focused on compassion, forgiveness, justice, and care for others, especially the poor, the homeless, the hungry, anybody who was just down on their luck. He definitely focused on. So these ideas resonated with many people and led to the formation of a following. Jesus often taught using parables, which are short stories that help explain deeper ideas. These stories made complex ideas much easier for people to understand and remember. His teachings emphasized values such as treating others with kindness, helping those in need, acting with honesty and humility, and so many more. These ideas were passed from person to person and later written down, becoming a foundation for Christian teachings. Now, Jesus was executed by crucifixion under Roman authority, which was a common form of punishment at that time. After his death, his followers continued to meet, share his teachings, and build communities. A central belief in Christianity is that Jesus rose from the dead, known as the resurrection. This belief became a key part of Christian identity and helped unify early followers as they continued to spread his teachings. The Bible is the sacred text of Christianity and is made up of 2 main parts. The Old Testament includes texts that are also important in Jewish tradition and provides historical and cultural background. The New Testament focuses on the life and teachings of Jesus, as well as the development of early Christian communities. It also includes the Gospels, which tell the story of Jesus' life, along with letters and writings that guided early followers. Now, after Jesus' death, his followers formed small communities around the Roman Empire. They would often meet in homes or private spaces and shared teachings, stories, and practices. At this time, Christianity was a very small movement within a much larger empire that included many different religions and belief systems. These early communities played an important role in preserving and spreading Christian teachings. Now, Christianity spread across the Roman Empire through travel, communication, and cultural exchange. The Roman road system made it easier for people to move between cities, and trade routes connected distant regions. Missionaries, including figures like Paul, for example, traveled to different areas to share teachings and form new communities. The spread of Christianity was not caused by one single factor. It involved geography, communication networks, and historical circumstances working together. Now, in its early years, Christianity was sometimes misunderstood and even opposed within the Roman Empire. Some Christians were persecuted because their beliefs did not align with traditional Roman practices. Over time, though, attitudes began to change. So in the 4th century CE, Emperor Constantine allowed Christianity to be practiced openly, and later on it even became the official religion of the empire. This shift greatly increased its influence and spread. Now, as Christianity expanded into different regions, it also developed into distinct traditions. Major branches include the Roman Catholic Church, Eastern Orthodox Church, and even later Protestant groups. These branches developed due to differences in geography, leadership structures, language, and interpretation. Despite these differences, they all share historical roots in early Christianity. And the reason that there's so many different interpretations is because it's kind of like the game telephone, where you whisper in each other's ear until you get to the first person again and see how the message has changed. Because sometimes people can hear slight differences, and that changes over time. So, Christianity has had a significant influence on art, architecture, literature, even education. Examples include large cathedrals, religious paintings, music, and written works. It also influenced how communities organized education and social systems. These cultural contributions show how religion can shape not just belief systems, but even everyday life and creative expression. Today, Christianity is practiced all over the world. Christians live in many different regions, including Europe, Africa, the Americas, and Asia. Now, because of this global presence, practices and traditions can vary widely, depending on culture and location. Understanding this diversity helps people to avoid the idea that there is only one way to practice Christianity. Some misunderstandings about Christianity come from oversimplifying it or viewing it through only one perspective. In reality, Christianity includes many traditions, interpretations, and cultural expressions. Looking at history helps us understand how and why these differences developed. This approach allows us to study the subject more accurately and respectfully. So, again, studying history helps us understand how all these religions develop and how they influence societies over time. It also helps us recognize the connections between cultures and ideas, right? So, by examining all the historical contexts, we can better understand all these different complex religion topics and avoid assumptions. And also, you can make a better informed decision about what you choose to believe. So, by learning about the origin and development of Christianity, we gain a deeper understanding of world history and cultural diversity. This knowledge helps us see how ideas grow, how communities form, and how people throughout history have shaped the world we live in today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.